All right, folks. Loki and I have found a river. We're out for a walk. I've got my silly hat on because it's actually quite sunny and hot. With my beard and everything, I'm put in mind of Tchaikovsky, who apparently, like Loki and I, enjoyed walking in the countryside. This account comes from his brother, Modeste, who wrote about his brother somewhere at some time. He had discovered that a man needs a 2-hour walk for his health, and his observance of this rule was pedantic and superstitious, as though if he returned 5 minutes early, he would fall ill, and unbelievable misfortunes of some sort would ensue. Tchaikovsky's superstition may have been justified. His walks were essential to his creativity, and he often stopped to jot down ideas that he would later flesh out at the piano. And it says here, after his walk, Tchaikovsky had tea and read the newspaper or historical journals for an hour. Then at 5 p.m, he put in another 2 hours of work. That's from 5 until 7. Supper was at 8 p.m. After the meal, if there were guests, Tchaikovsky loved to play cards. If he was alone, he read, played patience, and his brother notes, always found himself a little bored. It's interesting, isn't it, that in the world before the 20th century, before the advent of radio, television, and latterly the internet, you had to find recreation by reading a novel or reading poems or reading philosophy or whatever. And in fact, Tchaikovsky did read avidly. It says here, in the morning he would read first from the Bible, quite surprising that, and then from some other volume that his brother said was not only pleasure but also work. In other words, often a book in English. So Tchaikovsky was an English speaker, or the philosophy of Spinoza or Schopenhauer. So great composer and obviously great mind. But nevertheless, he would get bored in the evenings. So, I mean, as I said a minute ago, in the 19th century, unless you read or played cards, and everyone played cards, there tended to come a point where you were just a little bit bored and went to bed. Doesn't matter how brilliant you were, you went to bed. Perhaps there's nothing wrong with boredom, you know. Boredom stimulates creativity. And if anyone was creative, Tchaikovsky was. So I guess the boredom fed into that.